the Board of Trustees is positively thrilled with the outcome of our superintendent search, and it's actually really hard to believe that Dr. Watson's only been doing this job for maybe about 50 days now. He has really hit the ground running with an excitement and a sense of urgency that is positively contagious. How many of you Twitter? If you have not done this yet, when you get in your car, well, actually when you get home, they're not going to do it in their car today. When you get home, go onto Twitter and do a search for hashtag the number 4 and excellence and just read the tweets. If you want to dial into the excitement and the positivity and the forward momentum of what's going on in Spring ISD right now, that's a great way to do it. I can tell you in only 50 days, he has visited every campus in our district twice. He is on his 3rd round of comprehensive campus visits, which I just find amazing. I get an update along with the board every week of all the activities of our superintendent, and I know that he is just out there working in a tremendous way to move us forward as we reach for excellence. And you may have already seen him out and about in the community, maybe at a campus or a sporting event, maybe at a chamber meeting, or maybe it was Saturday at our graduation walk, which was a fantastic day for the kids in our community and for us here in Spring ISD. He's very, very excited and interested about community engagement, and I know that he's very excited to have an opportunity to address you on that point today and talk to you a little bit about his listening tour. So I'm going to get out of the way to give him an opportunity to do that. I'm very honored and privileged on behalf of the Board of Trustees to introduce to you the Superintendent of Schools in Spring ISD, Dr. Rodney Watson.
Thank you very much. Truly a privilege and an honor to be selected as the Superintendent of Spring ISD. I concur with you, Ms. Faust, that I think the board did a great job with the search. You could have done a better job. But on a serious note, I accept the work here in Spring because this is what I've been called to do. Our community entrusts us to make sure that we're providing the best possible education for all of the students at Spring. It doesn't matter where you live or where you go to school. Our job is to make sure that all kids have opportunities to go to college or be career ready. So we called our principals to the notion of reaching for excellence. I put out a call for excellence, and I'm proud to say that Team SISD has arisen. And we accept the challenge that our community expects us to do, and we will make sure that all of our kids are educated at the highest level. At this time, if you're a principal in SISD, if you're an assistant superintendent, if you work here, everyone stand up if you work at SISD. I cannot do the job that I've been tasked to do without having great people around me. One of the things that I value is making sure that we can find the smartest people to do the work that you've entrusted in us. And so I thank each and every one of you, all of our principals. I always tell them that my job is easy because I go out in front of people, I'm meeting people, I'm setting the vision. But they're the ones inside the schools, day in and day out, that are working with kids that do the most difficult job that anyone in the district does. So I thank you and I applaud you for the work that you do. One of the things that I'm truly excited about with Spring is the future of where we're going. As I said earlier, our vision this year is reaching for excellence, the start of a new beginning. When I say the start of a new beginning, that denotes that we're going to be looking at the way we do things and bringing excellence to every single thing that we do. As I said earlier, I talk with people who have talked about the rich history of Spring. But as we start a new beginning, we pay homage to and respect what we've done. But one of the things that we recognize in Team SISD is that we have to continue creating vision to make sure that our kids and our families that live in Spring continue to have something to look forward to and can talk about all the great things that are happening. Under our theme, Reaching for Excellence, the Start of a New Beginning, we have 3 main priorities this year. Our first priority is always student achievement. We are looking at the systems that we have in place, the resources we have in place, whether that be personnel, whether that be curriculum, and we're making sure that what we are using actually makes a difference in the lives of kids that we're working with. In addition, our second focus is safety and security. We understand the importance of making sure that our kids feel safe at school, our teachers and administrators feel safe, but most importantly, that the community feels safe sending their kids to school. I was actually thinking and laughing when you were up talking about your poor kids, Because nowadays you don't hear a lot of people that have 4 kids. I have 4 kids. And it's important to me, when he was talking, it made me think about my 4 kids. I have my oldest daughter is a freshman this year, and then I have an 8th grader, a 7th grader, and then I have a 2nd grader. And as I walk through all the campuses in SISD, I constantly think about my kids and what I want. And as a parent, putting my superintendent title aside, I want the absolute best for my kids. I should feel comfortable putting my kids in any school in SISD. I should not have to say, what school do I want to put my kids in? Because all schools are meeting the needs of all kids. It should be more of a choice based upon where I live and what's comfortable. And when I keep my kids at the forefront of my thoughts and of my actions, that keeps me honest. First of all, honest to the board and the vision that they've set out, but also honest that I'm going to make sure that I do exactly what I would do for my own kids, for all of the kids in SISD that we've been entrusted with. In addition to that, we know that there are things that we must look at to ensure student achievement is high and that safety and security is of the utmost. And so our third area that we'll be focusing on this year is communication. We're going to be focusing on internal communication as well as external communication. We want you all to understand what our vision is and the specific steps that we're taking to reach that vision. We want to make sure that you all are able to see all of the excellence that we are doing here in Spring ISD. Once again, I ask for you all to, if you haven't already, get on Twitter and go to #4Excellence. And you can look at all of the wonderful things that's happening on a daily basis inside of Spring, but also inside of the Spring community. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is the listening tour. Paramount to our success is really understanding what it is that we need to improve in. I've talked with you about 3 specific items or areas that we're going to be focusing on. But in order to do so, we need to hear from you. We need to hear about things that you like that's going on for Team SISD, but we also want to hear things that aren't working so well. We know that we have challenges, and we are not going to pretend like we don't. As I said earlier, I accept those challenges, but one way that we know that we can move forward is moving together as a collective unit. Those of you that had an opportunity to participate in the walk, it was wonderful, first of all, because we were going out looking for students, but for whatever reason, decided not to come back to school, or because of personal reasons, could not come back. But one of the other byproducts of that is that we were actually able to partner with the community. We had one vision, that we were going out looking for our students because we wanted them back. We partnered together, we had the same t-shirts on, we took training together, and it was wonderful seeing a community come back together again to do something. And so I'm going to ask you all to not let that be a one-time thing. As I start my listening tour, we're going to be setting dates around the different areas within the district, and I want you all to come out. We want to hear your voice. We want to hear all of the things that are working well, but we want you all to be transparent with us and let us know what's not working well. It's our expectation, and it should be your expectation, that we all are working together to make sure kids are learning. Student achievement is our #1 priority. People want excellent schools. When the schools are great, the communities are great. When communities are great, schools are great. We cannot do it alone. We need your support. So once again, thank you so much for coming out this evening, and I look forward to meeting you and seeing you more on our listening tour.